When you're talking about an American male pitching a perfect game for the New York Yankees is as cool as it gets, and we're happy to have him on the show. Dave, what's up, buddy?
Good. How you doing, Artie?
I'm doing really good, really good. I appreciate you coming on. So, hey, the New York Yanks, man. It's as depressing as something can get. I think we're looking at a 75 win year. Your thoughts on this?
Don't jump the gun too quick.
Okay.
Come on now.
All right.
Remember 1998?
Yeah. That's true. You lost the
0-3.
Did you lost the first 3 games, I think, in 98, right?
We lost the first 3 games, then we won a game, and then we proceeded to win 14 out of our next 15 games.
Right. No, I know, but
Okay.
the 98 Yankees.
You know, New Yorkers, Yankee fans, don't panic, man.
All right.
Chill out. We'll be all right.
No, the 98 Yankees, though, and listen, God bless you. You've always had that attitude. It's part of the reason I loved you. But the 98 Yankees, this team ain't. I mean, the injuries, you're riddled with injuries here. What are the chances, though, in a real honest assessment, the chances that the Yanks make the playoffs this year?
Well, there's always a chance because you know what they're going to do. I mean, George had a knack for going out and getting guys when guys got hurt or things didn't go right. You know, Hal probably, they're going to be fine. But on the flip side, you look at it, they got guys coming back probably in May, June. They're going to have all their guns.
Right.
But it really gives the fans, the organization, an opportunity to look at some of these young guys. Since they're an older team, gives them an opportunity to look and see what these guys are capable of doing. So they're giving guys some shots, which I think is great. Yeah, they went out and got a couple acquisitions. They got Vernon, Overbay. They got a few guys. So it's like, what do you do? I mean, are these young guys going to get a chance to play? But I'm sure they're going to get their fair share, and they're going to see what they have, and then hopefully the future of the Yankees looks even better.
I'm one of thousands of Yankee fans who was not happy when I heard we were getting Roger Clemens because it meant you leaving the team. I'm being dead honest with you. I said, that's ridiculous. He's a Red Sox. David Wells is a Yankee. He just pitched a perfect game. We had the greatest season of all time. I'm not happy about this because we're losing the great David Wells. I mean, be honest with me, man. It's years after the fact. Were your feelings hurt there? Were you disappointed? Did you want to strangle somebody like I did? Your thoughts on this?
Well, yeah, there's no question about it. Yeah. I walked into camp, first day of camp, and I get the bad news, and yeah, I was disappointed. I was pretty pissed off at the thing, but the thing was, I just said, fine, it is what it is. It's the business. I didn't understand it at that time, but I told Joe, I said, as long as you don't trade me back to Toronto, I'll be fine. He just looked at me as white as a ghost, and he goes, did somebody tell you? And I'm like, no. And he goes, well, you're going back to Toronto.
Oh,
like, wow.
God. Wow.
So, but that's, and then I knew who it was for, but, and not to disrespect Toronto. Toronto, I mean, it's a great city, but when I was there, they didn't really have the concept of the game of baseball. But now they've won 2 championships, and they got a good enough team this year to win it as well. But, to me, my heart and soul is a Yankee. I was a Padre and Yankee fan growing up. Got my opportunity, and then that happens. Yeah, I wanted to strangle somebody 10 times more than you did.
Oh, dude! I as a Yankee fan, I was really mad. John Ritchie, my co-host. Anything for the great David Wells here?
Yeah. Hey, David, it's John. I know you're optimistic for the return of the injured guys, but in these first 2 games, who looks good on this Yankees team as it stands now?
Well, I mean, it's obviously you can't judge the season by 3 games in the first inning. And sometimes, when you have spring trainings are pretty long. I mean, everybody will agree to that. But, you're in a different atmosphere. Now it counts. Some guys are probably still a little bit nervous. You got some new faces. So when you get the new faces, guys want to try harder. And then that's when, look at when Jason Giambi came over in 2000 or whenever it was at 98 or not 90. 2003, and he didn't do anything.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden he broke out. So that's kind of the feelings, mixed emotion. It's colder weather. Not like Florida. I mean, Florida was freezing, so basically they should be used to it. But I think some guys are going to gel. I mean, obviously your veteran guys are going to shine, but to me, I like to see some of the younger guys get an opportunity and make some noise. Sometimes you just got to make somebody's job harder to earn back if guys are playing well, and it's happened before. But, the guys that are on DL are pretty damn good.
Yeah. Dave, name two people you've met in your life. Name two human beings that you've met in your life who are bigger dirtbags than Alex Rodriguez.
You and Howard.
Well, I'll tell you what, that is as quick as it gets, Dave. The great David Wells.
For you?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, he just threw a perfect game right there. Honestly, though, on a serious note, the A-Rod situation with the Yanks, what is going to happen? What is going to happen there? $114 million for a .270 hitter. Come on.
Well, I mean, look at it. He's injured, obviously. He's a very impact player. I mean, he's a game changer at any given time he has a bat in his hand.
Right.
So, to me, it's a matter of him getting his hip back together and coming back 100%. He's got all these question marks around him, but he just has to avoid it and do what he has to do and get healthy. And come back and help these guys win. I mean, he's capable of doing it, but to me, if I had any advice for him, I'd just say, you know what, screw everybody out there, all the haters, all the doubters. You saw in his comments the other day, he likes to prove people wrong.
Right.
Well, that's the same thing I did. Everybody doubted me and my ability, and I love to prove people wrong. And that's what Alex has to do when he gets back. But when you got that type of money lingering. But that's what insurance is for. So,
yeah.
They're not eating everything. I know they're getting insurance from it because when guys go on the DL, you have to have that first big contract.
Here's the difference between you and A-Rod, though, is you're an unbelievably likable guy. Everybody liked you. Everybody was rooting for you to prove people wrong. And I don't know, he just doesn't have that in him. I think the Yanks are in for a downslide now, and it stinks. And it makes me as a fan yearn for the days of you guys, you and Brocious and Derek and Bernie and all the guys when they were younger. What do you think about Derek Jeter, the great Derek Jeter? Do you think he's got 1-2 years left on him?
There's no question. When he's healthy, he busted his butt in spring training. He was down, obviously, in the offseason, but, I saw him every morning in the training room getting his treatment and his workout and all that. So, he's chomping at the bit. He's hungrier than any because he wants to go out there and prove it. But those types of injuries are pretty gnarly.
Right.
I know from having a back surgery, I've had 2 of them, and taking all those injections, and but the ankle, you need your feet and you need your back, obviously, and that's the impact. And as you get older, you're not as agile you used to be when you were younger, obviously, and he might have lost a step, but you know what? This guy he's got so much determination, and just seeing on his face, knowing he can't play. It sucks, it really does, but he's going to be fine. He's going to be good for, he could probably play another 5 years.
Right. Wow.
Put him in a different position. Put him at first base. And I guarantee you, he's going to. His bat is incredible. He's going to. If he kept around for 5, he might get 4,000. You never know.
Well, if anybody can do it, it's him. John?
No question.
Yeah, hey, David, the public is kind of in a panic right now with the way the Yankees are starting this thing out. But as a guy who knows what it takes and understands the long haul that the season represents, how do you see the AL East shaking out?
Well, here's the thing. As long as they don't get too far back, before they get all the healthy guys, they're going to have a chance. You got to look at it that way. As a fan, you have to look at it in that aspect. But they got some veteran guys, and I'll take veteran guys over rookies any day. And I think the Yankees have proven that, and that's why they've been so successful. But you do need that mixture. But to me, as long as you don't but the divisions have built up so much. You look at Tampa Bay. They got a great pitching staff. They got a good staff there. But Toronto is really bulked up.
Yeah.
And, obviously, I think they might be the front runners. And Baltimore's done such a good job.
Right.
So it's the AL East is kind of evened out a little bit.
Do you
wouldn't think Toronto would be doing it. You don't think that Tampa Bay would be doing it. But now these guys, they're all catching on, and they got a taste of a little bit of victory here, too. So it's going to make it tough for the Yankees. And, it's like I said, as long as they don't get too far back, they have a chance. But, you can't give up in the first, few games, especially the first month or so of the season.
Do you think Baltimore could just be a mirage, though? I mean, they were pulling out games last year. Everything was so close.
They were.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is that they've got some young, spunky players, and Buck Showalter's doing a good job of handling that team. And, when you get a manager that is, that wants to win, knows the game, and, and he puts that vibe and he puts that mindset into the players, you buy into it. That's why the Yankees have always been good, because they're buying into what the manager, but not only that, the manager, he just makes a lineup. He can't go out there and play for you. But he knows the right people to play at the right time, and that's what you do, and that's what Buck's doing over there with those guys. But seriously, I said, don't count. They're going to be in the hunt. You look what they did last year. I don't think it's a fluke, to be honest with you. So, yeah, but that's going to be a tough division, which it always has, but I think more so now than ever, because they're going. And then look at the Tigers. My God, look at that stuff.
Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah. Dave, one more quick question. We'll let you go. This so-called steroid era. What are your thoughts on this? Do you think A-Rod, Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, do you think these guys deserve to be in the Hall of Fame? And if so, is it right away, down the line? What do you think? How do you fix all this? And what do you think should be the destiny of those guys, Hall of Fame-wise, and how history looks at them in general?
Well, history, everybody's looking at them saying they're as dirty as can be. And if you've done steroids, no, you shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame. Okay. You tainted your image. You cheated the game, and I had to pitch in that era, and that's the thing. Look at all those games I probably could have won.
True.
Because guys hit home runs that normally don't hit home runs, or they're juiced up, and they're launching. They're pitches that they normally miss. They're not missing.
Yep.
So no, to me they shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame. If you're proven guilty, you know what? Hang with them. You made your money. You had a good career, but you tan yourself. You don't belong in the Hall of Fame. Hell no.
Yeah, I tell you, I love that you have a definite opinion on that. A lot of guys are wishy-washy on it with a gray area, but and I agree with you. As a guy who had a pitch in that era, forget about the guys who wouldn't hit any, who were hitting them when they shouldn't be at all. The guys who normally would hit 30 are now hitting 60, and you got to deal with that. So I appreciate that opinion, Dave. I do, and I appreciate you coming on. I've been a big fan forever, and I hope to one day have you coming here in person, man. If you're ever in town and you got some time, please drop by this man cave here. You're welcome anytime, buddy.
Well, I'll be in New York pretty much, for the rest of my life coming in, but I'd be more than happy to come on. I think we'd have a blast.
Please, well, we would have a huge blast. It'll be a lot of fun. So we'll make that happen. Oh, yeah. And I thank you for coming on, Dave, and I'll talk to you real soon.
All right, you guys got it, man. I appreciate it. Thank you.
The great David Wells.